Hello, hello again, Sydney. My name is Nigel Chambers of Big Gold Belt Media, and it is a pleasure to catch back up with you talking BMF season 2. How you feeling? How you doing?
You. I feel good. I'm excited.
You're looking good, and I'm deeply sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you at the red carpet. I saw you, but you was having a time of your life, and I was like, okay, Sydney.
You should have said, hey, you should have
Listen,
said,
it was you know what it
we were
was
having
that
a good
day.
time
It,
though.
it was a madhouse, but it was
Right,
so
right. It
much
was.
fun.
Right. It was. I was telling somebody today, I'm like, I feel like we were all over the place. It was so much going on.
Uh-huh. Listen, I was jokingly talking to Ray, and I said, man, y'all shut it down so much. I had 2 Chains wanting to jump on the next
Right.
season so bad.
Right. 2 Chainz enjoying the party, right?
Uh-huh. He said, oh, this is how y'all party? All right, cool. I
Right,
need I
right,
need I need
exactly.
next season
Let me get a
dibs,
piece
and here
of
we
that.
go.
Right.
Uh-huh. But going back to that, ultimately, how has this experience of season 2 been? I know the theme of this season was elevate, 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 and without a doubt, y'all absolutely raised the bar already. Season 3 announcing. I should say, I heard you was a little busy today, and I know the fans will be very excited to know why you were busy. So all things, because we can't get enough of BMF, but
Right,
just
right, right.
but just from the news, from the amount of views that you all got, the green light for season 3, everything is looking good for you all. But how are you feeling about it?
Ooh, it's amazing. It's been so much fun. I feel like you said, every season we grow, every season it gets better. And I can only imagine how big season 3 is gonna be. But season 2, experiencing everything with everybody, all the new characters, Lala, Kelly, Leslie Jones, everything has
Monique.
just been so much fun to be around. Monique, exactly. So it's been an amazing experience. It's been really fun.
Yeah, that's awesome and well deserved. You all, I said it a couple of times. I said, like, as a fan of the show, you just appreciate the craft of like being in the atmosphere where you can just feel the family energy.
Yes,
The
yes.
hard work pays off, and just the
Mhm.
results are there. So, well
Thank
deserved for you all. We
thank
need
you
three,
so
four, five.
much.
Oh yeah, we got the whole BMF universe thing coming out
Right? I
too.
know. I
So.
know we got some spin-offs coming and everything.
So listen, episode 7 is available now. I got to talk about episode 6 because I have never been more like flabbergasted in terms of what was happening when we had LaWanda slowly but surely collecting. At this point now, we can just call them relics, but just things of Terry here. And I was like, what is she doing?
Doing, right?
To us being introduced to this version of Mrs. Cleo when we
Yeah,
get to talk to Miss
right.
Joanne.
Right.
I would love to just know, what was your thoughts and reactions reading the script when you saw what LaWanda was getting ready to do?
Oh, I was like very, very intrigued. And I don't know, I feel like I was a little excited because we've only seen LaWanda like kind of stay at the house, be the ride or die. So this is like her first time being like, you know what? I'm not going for this. Like, let's see what he has going on. So I was excited to explore that. And like I said, just, intrigued to see what's gonna come from it. So that has been like the funnest part for me, is playing something different for LaWanda and being like, okay, we gonna switch it up a little bit this season.
Oh yeah, and I think there's a lot more to come. On
Right.
that note too, because you know Black Twitter and you know the faithfuls, we have fun with it all. What's been your reaction to the audience, the fans' reactions to these scenes? Because I've seen a couple of folks going crazy with this, we're going to see the psychic reading and whatnot. But
Right.
what's
Right.
what's sort of been your reaction to it all?
Oh my God, it's hilarious. I feel like watching Black Twitter is a mess. It's like a roller coaster of emotion,
Yes.
and especially because they will tag you. They'll be like,
Yep.
"You stupid, this. Don't you ever set my man up?" Because they all love Terry. So I'm like, oh my God. So it's been hilarious seeing everything. But it's so funny because I feel like there's no in between. They either love my character or they hate her. And it's
Yeah.
like hilarious to watch. It's no middle ground. It's like we cannot stand this girl, or like, yes, girl, get him back,
Yeah. And you
It's so funny.
And you took the nice route on that, because what I see is always like, oh, they gotta go, which means they want a character to be killed
Yes,
off or they love them.
yes,
There's no in between, dead or
yes.
alive.
Yeah, somebody commented on my Instagram yesterday. They said, "Don't make us wish you dead like we do all the other characters." I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. They do not play on Twitter.
No, they do not. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And now we get the introduction of and LaWanda's mother, Desiree. This also brings another element, because she also comes in as a more of a caution piece to her, and also it sort of counters what we get with anything within the Flenory household, because obviously she's living there and there's the dynamic with Terry and Lucille and whatnot, but she comes in and she sort of keeps LaWanda balanced here. Could you talk about what that relationship, that mother-daughter relationship is?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that, LaWanda is kind of living in her fantasy world right now and being slightly, blinded by love, So I feel like her mom coming in is that voice of reason, and that like, hey, like, wake up, you're not seeing what's in your face. And, I think she needs that, honestly. And I feel like every woman needs that, not necessarily from your mom, but somebody, a friend, whoever, to kind of snap you back into reality and make you see what's going on. And I think she respects her mom enough to be like, okay, let me check into this real quick.
Yeah. I love your character, and I love our conversation we had the first time, kind of setting me up for things to come. But it all comes back to a very familiar place for a lot of folks, and I'd be guilty and say, like, a lot of guys, we always think grass is greener on the other side, especially when you got the faithful one right there.
Right.
Right. And Terry probably needs that more than ever now, because LaWanda getting a visit by Detective Bryant, who has completely weaponized these photos and trying to completely divide this family. Where do we see LaWanda sort of allegiance go now? Yes, she's pregnant. She has a baby girl on the way. And the whole thing with Markeisha, and very much knowing about that relationship now, connecting the dots, completely heartbroken. The mom right there, also being given 48 hours to make a decision. Right. Where does the mental state of LaWanda go from this point?
Right. I think she's all over the place right now, because it's like, on one end, and I'm not exactly sure what her mother is telling her, but I'm pretty sure it's she wants what's best for her daughter, so you have this on one end, and, kind of seeing somebody who hasn't been loyal to you and you have been loyal to this whole time. But then you have the other end of like, this is my family at this point. She's around Lucille and Charles and Nicole more than anybody, So I think she's having a huge dilemma and all over the place of trying to decide like exactly which route she should go. So it's madness up here. We're gonna have to wait and see which route she goes, but it's a little crazy for her right now.
and I also think like what's gonna kind of be a sort of a bit of a conflict for the viewers here is that we have Lucille also saying like, listen, no matter whatever Terry does, this is going to be your home. We're going to be there as a family, which I'm sure that that sort of naiveness that you're talking about with LaWanda may start to intervene again, because you're like, well, if I turn on Terry, then that kind of hurts Lucille as well too.
Exactly. And like I said, I think it's deeper than just him at this point. And I've said that since the beginning. I think like the way she's so wrapped into it is not just Terry, but it's the mom, the sister. We hang out all the time. Those are my little sister and my second mom. So it's like it wouldn't only hurt him, it's gonna hurt everybody else. But he trifling, so
yeah, he is.
What do I do?
Yeah, he is.
I know.
He said, "Yeah, I won't even repeat it, but his religion changed, should we say?
Right. Right. Overnight it changed.
Terrible, my guy. But like father, like son. So
right, apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Now, listen, I don't know, folks. I don't even try to bait it out of me. But again, for the confines of no spoilers, so I'll just say that We now know that LaWanda absolutely knows about Markeisha. What type of person is LaWanda? Confrontational, sitting back, adjust, assess? Where do you think this goes?
Right. Well, okay. So I think LaWanda isn't very confrontational. However, she loves Terry so much and this family unit so bad that I feel like, she's not going down without a fight. Like she's not just going to let it happen, So I think we're going to see her kind of get a voice in the next few episodes and seasons to come, because it's like, okay, listen, I've been here, I've been quiet, and now you're just, about to let this woman live my life,
Yeah.
So I don't think she's confrontational, but she's also not about to just lay down and let this woman take her man, So it'll get
Okay.
interesting.
Okay. Last couple of questions really quickly for you. This is more of a statement, actually. I'd be remiss if I didn't say I was completely rooting for something that should never happen on this show, but I was like, man, if this did happen, this would be the funniest thing in the entire world. But when we got the idea that LaWanda wanted to do family pictures, and I said, oh, if they do those corny couples relationship pictures at Sears.
Oh my, what's so funny? That was the scene at first. That was what we were supposed to do. Yeah. Yes. It was supposed to be like a photographer and he's like snapping at the photographer. And I'm like, what? Why are you being so mean to him? But it was like the corny, like, hand around the stomach. Yes. Yes. And they cut the scene, but that was supposed to be in there.
Listen, no shade to the production crew, the editors and all that, the writers who do phenomenal work. We need a complete raw, uncut version of this season. I have heard now for so many of you all, the cast members saying, we did this scene this way, but this is how it was. And it's not to say that was wrong, but like there's like a whole nother story we want to see.
We need to see that, right?
This one. Please.
Exactly. You can make a whole show off of the stuff that didn't make it. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Come on, Heather. Come on, let's get it down. Right. And just for my final question here, which with so much more BMF coming up. Just overall, just what has the experience been being part of this family? I think without a doubt, there's been a tone going around that this felt like their breakout performances, or this has just been like that jolt in their career that just has really taken things to the next level. But for you, what's sort of overall just been that feeling about being part of the BMF family?
Right. It's been literally, like you said, like a second family for me. I feel like, especially Randy, I feel like Randy set the tone. He set the tone of like the family unit, everybody being close. He has all these, gatherings, parties, stuff like where we're able to bond offset, So I feel like he set the tone. And then Heather has come in. She's been part of the family. 50 comes and visits. He's part of the family. And then like the most amazing part is like, we have the actual family, So it's different than any other show I've ever been on, because you actually have the true characters. You've talked to them on the phone and you see them, Terry, the real Lucille, the real Meech. And it's like to hear them be so excited and see their family, see little Meech do his thing is like such an amazing experience. And like I said, I feel like, of course I'm going to do other projects after this, but I don't feel like I'm ever going to get the like excitement of just the family unit of, like I said, the actual family, the made up family, like seeing the two Lucille's together and then like hug each other and like cry together. It's just like, it don't get better than that.
You had to been standing right next to me when that happened. Cause I actually told Nicole that, and I said, like, when I saw that, I knew I was witnessing something so special. I was like emotional. I was like, keep it together. But like, they were so happy. I was like,
it makes you want to cry, right? You're just like, you don't get no better than that. So like I said, overall, the experience has just been literally like my second family. And, it's been amazing. I don't even know exactly how to put into words how great everything's been. So I'm really grateful for it.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
listen, I know you have an entirely rest of the day to be more and more busy for all things. So I won't really hint at. I'm just kind of dancing around the things I know, but overall, it's a pleasure to always talk to you. And thank you because as a fan of the show, as a fan of you, knowing that we're getting so much more, knowing that you're actively working right now, it's just a pleasure for you to take a little bit of time to chat about this.
No, of course. Thank you. It's always good to talk to you.
Absolutely. Well, I'll see you in the jungle in Black Twitter where it
Yes,
goes
right.
down.
I know. I'll see you there. I'll see you there. Don't let them get me too bad, please.
I got you. Until
All right.
next time, Sydney.
All
Thank you so
right. Talk
much.
to you later. Of course.
Take
Thank
care.
you.